6 o'clock in the morning for me here. But I guess good afternoon, because that's usually when I've been posting my stuff, because I get done with my stuff and then I post, because I get really busy during the day. Like this morning, well, my washer broke down. That little son of a gun that I bought broke down. I'm pretty sure it might be an easy fix, but I just got to get it to Dad. I already looked at it, and it doesn't have a belt in it. So it isn't the belt. Maybe it doesn't have a belt in it, or it did have a belt in it and it somehow disappeared. I don't know. But it doesn't have a belt in it. So the agitator doesn't agitate. I can't agitate it. You little son of a... No. But it doesn't agitate. So I sat there for 15 minutes, slosh, with just manually washing a minute. And then 15 minutes after that, or after 15 minutes more to rinse it. And then I use the spin side to spin it. So this morning I've already gotten, when I went to get my solar lights last night, it was froggy out here. You could hear the frogs. So I did a video of just that sound. And then this morning, the Pam says it's the D did it, birds, the chickadees. And you know what, D? You probably did do it, you little stinker. I got my solar lights out. I got 4 more yesterday. 4 of those ones that don't have the on it. I did that. Here's my garlic. I replaced, not that I can understand what it's for, but I replaced this. It was, I had to cut it. Oh, hey, look, there's a feather. Probably a chicken feather from over there. But I had to cut it off, and I should, because the old one was like this. So I cut it off and redid that yesterday. I took this over to the store on my bike. There's my laundry. It's already done. I need to mow my lawn again. See? If I wasn't doing that every day, it would be like this right now already. Or like over there. So I'm thankful that I can actually do that. Oh man, it's nice already. I don't even know what the weather is right now. But, oh, I was going to show you that I don't have any shoes on. I was going to show you why I said that I use hangers. Is these little holes here. So, why would those little holes be there if you're not supposed to use hangers? And I took, because I got a bunch of shorts. About 6 pair of them for $1.95. And they're these gray ones. These ones right here. And I kept the hangers for drying clothes, and they're free. They're gonna throw them out anyway. I kept the hangers. I do that often. There's one that broke and it kind of ticked me off, but I don't need a lot of them. So when they do break, I do toss them, but I replace them by keeping the hangers. I say that at Kmart. There is no Kmart no more here. At Walmart. I say that at Walmart too. Give me the hangers. Plus, if one side breaks, which this did, let me throw this out. Squeaky, I fed you and you are exhausting me. If one side breaks, which this did, see, let's turn you around so I'm not in the light. This side broke. I could cut that off here, and it's a chip bag clip, which is what I'm going to do, is cut that part off and make it probably a cereal bag clip, because I got a clothespin on that one. But, and then of course toss the rest of it out. Those shorts, they're Junior's 3X's, and they're a little big on me, but Junior, which is usually a smaller, but they're a little bit big on me, but they work. I'd show you, but maybe I'll save my shorts for a short. Listen to this. Look at him. That little boy that I swear to God he's afraid of going outside, walked out the door yesterday, stood on the porch. I was bringing my bike in because it lives here. It lives here. I've got all this room. Why not? Some people don't like looking at their bikes. Some people don't like looking at their clothes. But you know what? It's a place to put them. And they're not getting peed on, and and my bike's not getting stolen, and all that kind of stuff. What I did when I walked in the store, you got nip too. That's what that dust on the floor is. Eat your nip. Quit being a dupe. I walked in that store. I took my battery off and I put it in the cart. I also walk in there every time I walk. They trust me though, because this time I walked in with a handful of clothes. Those shorts were outside, so I walked in with a handful of clothes, and then I gave her my backpack, and I said, if you want to see what's in it, or if you don't want me to carry it through the store, would you hang on to it? She said, I trust you. You walked in here with clothes. If you wanted to shove that in your backpack, you would have. Duh. And I said, I didn't think of that, but I also wouldn't have thought of that because I'm not a thief. But I could have, and she's right. And when I checked out, I showed the lady, what's in my backpack, because what was in my backpack happens to be the charger to my bike. In case I go somewhere like that has an outlet that I can charge it. I could do that at my mom and dad's house. I take the charger with me, but I unhook the battery. Is it a battery? It's electric. It's got to be a battery, because this is an electric phone, and it's charged almost the same way through an outlet, so it's a battery. Put that in my cart too. You want to steal something, take the bike. But I wrapped this thing around down here and around the pole. I also bought a dog tie out, and Dad gave me this. It's a keyless lock. That dog tie out's a steel tie out. That was $6. Because people are like, get a chain, get a chain. Well, chains are heavy, and I have to carry those. Unless I have my trailer on me. But, those are steel, and you have to cut them if you want them off of something. If you're going to be malicious and take something, and it's tied up with that, you're going to have to cut it off, and somebody's going to see you do that. So next time I go, I'll just wrap it around both tires and secure it to a pole, and there you go. I'd like to have those clips at the end that go to dogs' collars. These parts, the metal parts, I'd like to have those clipped off because I don't have a reason for them. But then again, what if I'm riding my bike, I can reach that, somebody comes up to me, I slap somebody with it. So, I mean, I guess they're not hurting anything being there. I can go turn the light off in the bathroom because I'm no longer using the electricity. Yep, that's even unplugged. So. I have a few aches. Again, around where my buttocks is. It's not quite hip and it's not quite cheek. But apparently I think that's the gluteus maximus muscle right there. Some of us it's really maximus. Whoa. But I'm not sure. I want to go on my bike and I want to go riding again today. And I don't know if it's going to rain. I got stopped yesterday and simply told, "Thank you for letting me use your trash." I was like, well, that was nice of her. And I said, "You're welcome." And I rode off. Nothing happened. It was just simply, "Thank you for letting me use your trash." I'm surprised because that's not usually how she reacts. But I welcome it when she's nice. Well, stop. Every time I move, I'm not going towards your plate. I fed you. You got both plates too. Because you shove her out of the way and finish hers. So you cook. I don't know why you're being a butthole. There's my other washer. Which is, you could put a pair of jeans in that. But it does work. So, I know what else I have. And I'm going to try that in there. See if that works. But it needs to be charged. Wait a minute. That thing. It's going to fall off of there. That thing. I got to put the plug back in it. But that little thing seems like it's the same thing. And I could actually put it in a bucket and put it on my porch. But I'd rather not. I'd rather not carry the water to the porch. But it seems like it's the same exact, almost same exact thing as what's in there. And that's the thing that doesn't spin independently anymore. So put the dirty clothes in there and save them. Wash them with that thing. I better charge it. But wash them with that thing. Spin it, hang it out on the line. It's a little extra work, but I won't be sloshing it up and down with my hands. One thing I did see somebody do is, I could turn that light off again, sorry. I turned the other light off over there too. I don't really need them. I saw somebody take a bucket like this, a 5-gallon bucket. They cut a hole in the lid, and they got a toilet plunger, and they drilled holes in it like this, and they butter churned their laundry. That looked really bad, Tressa. Oh my goodness. Oh, Aunt T, why are you like this? Aloe progress. They're still turned. That one's a little brown, but these seem like a little bit more healthy now. I gave them like 2.5 days with that light on them. So it seems a little more healthy. I think later on I'll go set that outside on top of the fridge so that it can have outside light and I don't have to worry about this light bulb. But actually, I'm going to check the see what heat it is now. Because if it didn't freeze to death on 32 in my house without electricity, it'll be okay outside, and it's going to be probably a really nice day. So it's 50 degrees Celsius. Yeah, that'd be hot. It's 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So there it is in all its glory outside for right now. It's going to be nice and warm. They are cacti. I showed you my garlic already. Nothing's going on. They're getting taller. My iris are getting taller. And I didn't check my garlic, but my wild garlics, but I'm pretty sure they're okay too, because if they grew like that from just laying there, I thought something ate it, but they just kicked it out of its home, because if I look down in there, there's some critter living in it. But ooh, dark. I guess we'll go sit. I know, because it's almost daylight, we could probably turn on this other solar lights over here by my bed, and you won't have light over me, but you can still see me. Nope, wrong light. No, not you. You. And on. And you off, and you on. There we go. There's solar light. We'll put they all use the same remote. Yeah, it's daylight, so that thing's charging already anyway, so I can just use it for now. So yeah, my body's ready to go on that bike again today. I might just go turn around. It's a beautiful day. I might turn around and go see Mom and Dad. I saw them the other day. I have to find that cover, though. I found a bike cover that I'd had for my other bicycle. And basically it's my stomach went again. Probably too much coffee. But basically it's a cover for it not to get wet outside. So if I put that in my backpack and I go over and see them and spend the night, I wake up to a dry bicycle and it's covered in the yard, so nobody's going to be like staring at it going, oh, there's an e-bike there, where's the rest of it? Because Dad was worried about that. He says, will you put that somewhere where nobody can see it, because they're going to, if they do see it, they could, there was a flock of crows that happened in our town, which, I mean, it'd take me 10 minutes to get to the post office and back on a bike in the town that I grew up in. So there was a flock of crows that happened in the town. There was a minimum security prison around here, and somebody escaped from it, and he went on a crime spree. I was in middle school. And then also, Pellston has a bank. I think they said he got caught. Maybe he passed away. I don't know. But somebody actually held the bank up in Pellston. They were that desperate. I guess they went up across the bridge or something. It was many, many years ago. But crime does happen up here in urban areas too. Little teeny tiny towns, it happens too. I'll tell you what, it probably happens more often than we think of, and nobody says anything. But so Dad's rightfully so, if they see something like that dude at the gas station was eyeing it up. They see it in his yard, nobody's looking over it. That's theirs. I don't know. I don't even know what time is it now? 6:41? Really? I got all that done 3 hours ago. Basically, the only thing I need to do today, physically, isn't it all physical? Is mow my lawn. Get my mask on and go out there and look like a big old bug-eyed alien.
Uh, works. It actually helped. I feel so much better today, even without the Flonase. And whew, I had worn a mask when I mowed yesterday. My eyes aren't itching, but that does remind me that I do need to go take my pills. I haven't done that yet. I never take my pills before I start talking to you guys. I bought sunscreen also. I don't know if I got sunscreen on its. Oh yeah, I do. I have sunscreen on its way from the government stuff, but it's not here yet, and I'm already doing outside things. And I burn. I don't tan. I burn, and that's really just not good for me. So I bought sunscreen. It was $6. I was like, okay, that'll work. And it'll work as a barrier from wind too. It's sport sunscreen. So it'll, that I know of. I haven't read the ingredients. I should read the ingredients. Well, I better watch out with that stuff. It's got aluminum in it. Didn't even realize that. Oh, I probably should plug you in. Probably should plug that one in and use one of my twins. I call them my twins because I got them. One's white and one's black. But I got them 2 for the price of 1. They were probably on sale because they were worthless, maybe. I don't know. They drain quicker than that one, but they also charge quicker than that one. So there's all that. But yeah, there we go. We're on charge now. Wow, charge! This has aluminum in it. I better watch that. I am going to be putting it on my face, so if I show up with a rash on my face, it's because it's got aluminum in it. I'll have to. It's probably going to be expensive to get some without it. Let's see, what percent charge does this have? I was using this all day long for both devices, and it's at 50% still. Hey, Inception. And it's at 50% still. And you can charge 2 different devices, maybe 3, and it's got a USB and a USB-C on there, or whatever. It's got the bigger and the smaller one on there, and you could charge 2 different devices at the same time. And these 2 also have that, I think. Can't see. Yeah. But these 2 have. I'll take the other one and look at it because it's not dark. I can see it better. Yeah, they also have that at the end. I'm pretty sure they're pretty much all built like that. Duh. But he set you down so I can put these. That's one thing I don't like. Oh, there we go. I also invested in, and they probably ripped me off, but I thought they were a pretty good deal. These cords, they're Raycon, and you probably can get. But I saw ads for them. I'm like, I really need something like that. But they're the ones that bend, so I could put my phone down while it's charging, or I could play a game while it's charging. It's also got this protectant, so if she gets her teeth in it. And of course, I'm running off of a phone and a tablet, so I have 2 of them. And there's my one twin. I'm going to plug this one in. It's at 50%. And when I go on my bike, I prefer this one because it does last longer. But, and it's pretty darn reliable. I don't even know what brand that is. I don't know where I got it from. It could have been the Chinese company. But there's my hand, guys. I'm gonna lay down because I feel like it. But I only had that one when the power outage was going, and it gave me an extra day because when it's charged, it lasts a long time. So I was like, I better get 2 other ones to make sure that if that one runs out, I have more. So and I worked off of my phone's internet rather than my internet. I'm trying to decide on whether I want my internet or not, because I can get unlimited on my phone. Problem is my phone is shoddy inside the house. I can go out in the middle of the road and it's just fine, but inside my house, right? Again, I live in a tin can. So yeah, if I come up with a rash on my face, it's because that stuff has aluminum in it. And the one that I ordered from... Oh, there's Squeaky. There's Squeaky! The one that I ordered from my Band-Aid money might have it too. What I'm going to do with this thing, and I came in here to get scissors, is take some of that double-sided tape and stick it on the inside and do a trial run in my washer with something. I'm sure there's something around here that needs to be washed. Which, if that works, I can wash my clothes anytime I want to. Because if it's charged, because the charging thing is in here, and it is a bummer to get that plastic, that rubber thing back on there. But if that works, that's going to save me a lot of pain. If it doesn't work, I still gotta, if that stops working, those are easy to replace. But if it works to do what I need it to do, and then it stops working, they're easy to replace. But I won't have to bother Dad to fix the other one. So Moody was telling me all about hypotheses and theories. Right now I'm doing a hypothesis. And that's one of those words that I have to say it that way. It just comes out my mouth that way. Hypothesis. Then he says, if it works, it's a theory. Then that booger, as I'm sloshing my clothes up and down in this bucket by hand, tells me he did his laundry. And I'm like, oh, really? You know what him doing his laundry is? He got on the bus and took it somewhere, and some ladies did it for him. And they do it for free. We need a service like that around here. We really need a service like that around here. But I says, you didn't do your laundry. He says, well, if I hadn't taken it there, la la la. I said, the action that you did was you shoved your farts in a bag, you got on the bus, and you took it to somebody. They did your laundry. They did the action of, because he says, well, I did it. I said, oh yeah? You took your clothes over to the thing. You put them in the bin, in the basin. You filled the water up, put the soap in, and waited for it. And then you dried it the same way. No. I said, you didn't do your laundry. Well, I started the action too, and you didn't do it. Like I said, as I'm over here manually sloshing my clothes up and down, I think he just wanted to argue. One of our things is we like to debate. We're masters at it. But what I'm going to do is take some of that double-sided tape, which is fabulous. And that's what another thing that I'm going to miss on Temu is that they call it nano tape. And that stuff, those CDs that are on my wall that I can't get off of my wall, busting them are stuck on with the nano tape. This might be a little different because it and that kind of stuff. But so I'm going to go do that and we'll see if it works. And you might be asking yourself, if I stick it in there permanently with the nano tape, semi-permanently, because honestly, you can pull that off. But do I want to keep sticking? I went blurry. Do I want to keep sticking the nano tape on and off of it? No, if it stays, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it with this side up. And when I go to charge it, just stick a charger at the end of a extension cord. And do it that way, instead of keep taking it in and out. Because if it sticks, whatever. If it doesn't stick, it had a suction cup and I'll have to find something else to adhere it to it. I don't want to use goop, shoe goo. See how much battery do I have? Actually, I can take my whole charging system with me. That's one thing. That's another thing I like about these. My little sloth Alana gave me. Actually, I just said, I love the color of that. Can I have it? Yes, Mom. Because she wanted out of one of those things. But anyway, I could take my whole charging thing with me. I could take it over to the counter and whatever. But I'm going to stop now and go stick it. Go stick it. Go stick it where the sun don't shine. Well, the sun don't shine in there, so I'm kind of real about it. Nope, it didn't stay stuck. I've got to figure something else out. But I suppose if I do put the glue on it, I don't know. I'm going to have to figure something out. Maybe use it in a bucket. That seems to be working even though it's floating. So, I have to find another way to stick that on there. But seriously, that's about as what that thing did before. So if Charlie, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? What are you thinking, Charlie Puff? I think you're blonde. I know what he's thinking. But seriously, that's about what that thing did before. Is that whole washer did before. Was the soap in it. And it does that weird sonic brrr thing. Which is weird to me, but again, if it gets my clothes clean and I don't have to do it, that's awesome. Still, again, I wonder. There's got to be a way for it to be stuck on something and anchored down so that it doesn't get caught in the clothing or whatever. But, and it probably does needs its suction cup. Here I go again, brainstorming right in front of you guys again. I'm sorry. But I have most of my work done. I have almost all my work done before 7 o'clock in the morning. And that one's just a I wonder if this will work. And if I can permanently put it on something that'll anchor it down, then if it breaks, I can just throw the whole thing out and buy another one and still take it out to recharge it. And I'm going to have to probably use the shoe goo, to do it. But I have to find something. Maybe no, I don't think shoe goo will adhere to glass, which has nothing scraped into it. Let me put you on. There's my hand, guys. My charger. I have an idea. In theory, well, the nano tape didn't work. It shook it off. We're going to peel it off. There's this. It's a fake piece of wood. It was a sample. But if this works, because I swore by it the other day. Well, you son of a gun. No. This tile glued to both sides of that. And this glued to one of those tiles. Should hold it down. Should sink it to the bottom, right? If that works. If it doesn't, I'll still have to find some way to hold it down. But I found a basket in there that went to my dishwasher for cleaning fruit. I don't clean fruit in a dishwasher. I just rinse it off in the thing. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to glue this together. And I found, I don't know, I must have gotten it last time I got my Band-Aid money last month. This stuff for sunscreen. It's a 30, not a 50 like the other one is, but this one, it's got UVA and UVB protection, water resistant, 80 minutes. But it doesn't have aluminum in it. So, but it's paraben free, which means to me, don't use your teeth as tools. Which means to me, I'll still have to put like a Vaseline to keep my face from being windburned when I'm biking. Well, I don't even know why I did that right there, because so if I glue these together, maybe it doesn't even need to be on the bottom of it, of that piece of wood. These tiles, if they will glue together, which I think they will, I don't even need that piece of wood. Now I'm going to have to let this dry for a good probably 48 hours. But the brick should keep it down if it stays glued to it. But I have to find something. Maybe this is, maybe a couple more tiles, not bricks. I have an idea about that too. Get it to dry, since it's probably going to be a nice day out today. Somebody's got their mouth running over there. I could check my clothes. They're probably not dry yet. It's only been an hour, but yep, it came apart. Being upside down, the pressure on the tiles ought to keep the glue from undoing. So it's upside down, and when I set it in the tub, it'll be flipped over. Hopefully that works. That'd be great if that works. And those tiles, sorry I had to have my hair up because I was just like, blah, 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 blah. Where's my, I actually couldn't find my shoe glue, which I found it way back in my toolbox. I don't think I need that board, because the lower it is in the tub, it'll probably be less intrusive on the clothing. So, and again, those are like $16 to buy, and I think you can even get them over at Walmart. But if it's gonna be a nice day, Squeaky, you get your butt in the house. Rude boy. You're rude. No, it's not even close to time. You've been begging me since I fed you last time. You're not that hungry. Oh. He might be complaining about that. I know she does. She's like, somebody ate all of the food. I'm going to starve to death. I actually got to get him more crunchy food, which I forgot to get yesterday. But oh my goodness, no wonder they're having problems. There's ants all over inside their food. Really? That's horrible. I'm going to have to get one of them ant traps and put it over here. There are ants in their food. I don't know if you'd see them. I've seen them. Dang it. I'll just take one of them traps and put it over here. All it is poison for the ants, but really? No wonder they're screaming at me. They don't want to eat ants either. Well, I guess that was my task for the day. I've got most of my work done. Got most of my work done, except for mowing my lawn. I think I will probably take another bike ride. I don't feel much pain from yesterday. Just, I don't know. I don't know what I did, but I'll probably be riding my bike again today. Probably go see Mom and Dad again. Just on my own, because I can. It's not that far away, which is weird because it used to be that far away. It just doesn't seem so hard and rough to do anymore. It's just whatever. I love it. I love being on my potato chip on me. Sometimes I eat junk food, guys, but and I started this bag yesterday and finished it for breakfast just because, you know how I have fruit and sweet potatoes and stuff most of the time? Well, sometimes I have junk food too. And I wanted to try these. I have another bag. I don't feel like going and getting it. It's the bacon grilled cheese one. I want to try that one, but I'll wait a couple days because I already ate this bag of them. Plus, I'm going on a bike today. So if I go on the bike today, I'm going to bike them calories away. But I got Korean style fried chicken. Those are very good. They're spicy. So if you don't like any type of spice, for me they're spicy. For say somebody from India or Mexico, or where they got those bottom end burners peppers, they'd be like, that's mild. For me, they're spicy. There's a bit of a bite to them. But they're first thing I smelled was soy sauce, and that's the first thing I tasted when I got it. When I put it in my mouth, it was soy sauce. I didn't really taste much of a chicken, but I'm not really. There's not really a Korean place for me to around here for me to compare it to. So in a couple of days, I'll try the bacon. Again, bacon, not cheeseburger, bacon grilled cheese. A couple days I'll try that. But anyway, I am going to find something else to do. Probably, actually, since I've got most of my work done, I'm going to take a nap, wake up, determine on whether I'm going on that bike or not. Probably will, because I want to. Yeah, I really want to. And I found my sunscreen. So anyway, you have a good day. I'll see you later. Bye.